Okay, everybody, welcome to my kitchen, kind of a mess. We are going to try a new recipe for tomato sauce that I will eventually can. That's why I'm not really glammed up and camera ready. But we're going to do the tomatoes in the crock pot. So I have washed these tomatoes. I'm going to cut them. I'm coring them out, cutting them into quarters. So what I'm doing is cutting them this way. Well, I've done them two different ways. So I'm cutting them this way to get that core out. And then I'm just going to cut them sort of into quarters, but that one ended up getting cut funny. So I'm going to cook them in the crock pot. And this whole bunch of tomatoes that I have, I'm going to make them into sauce. Now, I will can tomatoes. No, I just cut that one differently. But I will can tomatoes, and I'll make the meatloaf sauce, and I'll make just jarred canned tomatoes for, soups and things like that. But for today, everything that I'm doing the tomato sauce. So thought about doing a spaghetti sauce, but I think what I'm going to do instead is just a basic tomato sauce that I can use. I make a lot of soup. I make tomato-based soups, and then I make just like a vegetable stock base. So I want this to be a tomato sauce that I can use if I want to do a pasta sauce or if I want to do a soup. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to cut these up, and then I'll be right back. Now I'm going to can this when I get this finished, and I'll probably pressure can it. I know a lot of people water bath their tomatoes, and it works just fine, but I try to do all the ball canning recommendations, and they're pretty big on, even though tomatoes are pretty acidic, they're not consistently acidic, maybe enough. So I think that's a personal preference, but I'm going to can these. I just want to get this sauce made, and I've got a lot of things to can. I've been traveling and doing things, so I've gotten a little bit behind. Normally by this time of year, by the end of July, I've about finished with my canning, and I'm just starting. So today I went to Hickory Corner Farms, which is a local farm store here, and they sell their own things, and then they also sell produce that they get from other farms. So not sure where these came from, but these are definitely homegrown. They're kind of not so pretty. Sometimes I used to get tomatoes that were from a produce guy, and they would be so pretty, and they almost didn't seem like they were homegrown. They were just probably a higher, I think there's a way that they class tomatoes. So it may have been a higher class of tomatoes or a more expensive class, but these are great for what we're going to do with them. And then we'll make our meatloaf sauce. I don't make salsa. If anybody's got a great salsa recipe, let me know. But I don't make salsa. I've never been really successful with that. I've tried a lot of the stuff, but it's never good. There's some little girls here locally that make it and sell it at the farmer's market sometimes, and theirs tastes like summer in a jar. And if I can buy that from them, I'm really not going to make that big of an effort to figure out how to do it if I can still get a hold of their salsa because it's so good. But I've washed some of these. See, some of these are not really super pretty, but that's okay. This isn't a beauty contest. This is a canning. Oh, that's got a spot in it. So I'm going to push this over to the side and figure out about that. That's the thing. When you cut them, you have to kind of look too. And that's still got a spot on that side too. So that whole tomato may be just gone. If I had chickens or if I had hogs, I guess somebody would eat it. But as it is, I've got 2 dogs and my sister's dogs here, and I don't think any of them are going to want rotten tomatoes. So we'll probably just throw that away. I do have a compost pile outside I could throw it in. I've got To live in a subdivision, I probably shouldn't have a compost pile, but I do, because even for yard waste, I'm not going to take that to the landfill. I'm going to just stick it out there and use it on the plants as it. I'm on a tangent. I get on these tangents, but yeah, I might be able to throw that outside in the compost pile. When I was younger, we always called it the compost pie. I don't know, somebody in somebody's family, when they were a kid, thought that they were putting all that in a pie. I don't think I would want to eat that pie, would you? So we're going to get this done. Hopefully I've got 2 crock pots, and I think I can pretty much get 2 crock pots going, and then I may just can the rest of these tomatoes today and get them going. And if I can, I always use my ball canning book, and if I can get those going in the canner, that would be great. And because today I bought corn, white half runner, green beans, tomatoes, and then I've got all those peppers that I got from John on the Yard to Table channel and Appalachian channel. He gave me tons of tomatoes when I was there the other day, and we filmed, and so I'm going to make some pepper jelly with those as well. So we have a lot of canning to do to get caught up since I'm behind, but we've been traveling and been busy. So, and this is a big, busy time for work for me. I sell real estate, and it seems like this summer has been slower on the front end and then has picked up a little bit more now. So you got to make hay when the sun shines. So I'm going to wash some more tomatoes and get some more stuff started. Okay, we've got this crock pot full, and I'm going to do another crock pot and put it here. So I'm going to have 2 crock pots. I've got them on high. I'm going to set a timer. So in 4 hours, this should be cooked down. I think I'll stir it a couple of times in between, and I'll take some pictures, and then we'll come back at the end of the video and look and see how it looks. Okay, we're going to try using this immersion blender. Let's set that over here. I'm going to turn it off, and now I'm not good at this, so we're just going to try it this way and see if we can make. Oh, it does seem like it's working. And I'm wondering how the skins are going to be. I think worst case scenario, I could strain it, but let's see what happens. Now, as of right now, I don't see a lot of skin, so let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, it came apart. Okay, let me try it again. I think I unhooked it. There we go. Okay, the skins are gone, and it looks like it worked. Okay, I don't know how my audio is going to be because I've got the dishwasher going. When you're canning, the kitchen's a mess. I was trying to clean up, and I thought, there's no cleaning up. I have all my accoutrement right there. I've got the crock pot here. So this crock pot has got tomatoes, green peppers, onion, and garlic in it. The other one was just straight tomatoes. So we're going to can these. I'm going to mark them differently, and then we're going to be able to tell, hopefully, which one is which when I can it. We're going to can it in the pressure canner in just a minute. Okay, I've got this. I think I got this at Walmart or Amazon. It's a Hamilton Beach. I just got this recently, and I don't know why it took me so long to get it, but I absolutely love this thing. So let me scooch this around. This is kind of a weird angle. And let's see what we get. Okay, I think we're ready to put this tomato juice into the canner. So we're going to get started. I've already pressure canned and proved. I've already proved and pressured gotten everything up to pressure, checked my gasket, done all the stuff for the canner already. I have my clean jars in there and they should be sterilized. Okay, here we go. What we're gonna do on these, we're gonna actually put salt and lemon juice. I've already poured that one out. We're gonna put salt and lemon juice in these as we can them. My hands are clean. So I'm doing a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. And I've got citric acid, but we're just gonna do this instead. You could do either one, but tomatoes are acidic. And if you do the pressure canner, you don't have to be quite as concerned. But of course, I'm always concerned. So we're gonna do it this way, and it won't hurt a thing to do it this way. Okay, I've got this ladle. I've got a million ladles, but I thought this might be better for the liquid. And I'm gonna go ahead and start ladling these. And your kitchen is gonna be messy no matter how you do it. So just fair warning. This is not for the faint of heart that wants to keep your kitchen clean. And I don't know how I'm gonna be able to identify the plain tomato sauce with the sauce that's got onion and garlic, but I'll try to figure it out. How I can, maybe it's where I position them in the canner. I can figure that out from there. That's what we hope. So I'm going to take this off. Let's set it here. I'll have to come up with a better system. And then I'm going to clean the top of that, the lid. And I've checked the lid. These are not new jars, and so I've checked, and that's hot as fire. And I've checked the rims with my finger, and I'm gonna put this one right in the center, and maybe the ones that I put around the back I'll know are the, I don't think I won't have a whole canning of just the regular tomatoes. That would have been nice if I would have had enough just to do the whole canning, but I don't. So 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, of course, more of a art than a science, and a teaspoon of salt for the quart, and then I'm gonna just ladle this in. So hopefully I can do a run of 7 quarts this morning and get this. I'm making a huge mess. Get this done. Now, I'm being careful on here about how much headspace I'm leaving right here. I'm leaving about probably a little too much headspace, but I don't want it to go over the edge and inhibit the seal, because this is too hard. It's hard work, and you don't want to lose a seal over just being too full. So get this done right here. Now, and put this one in. Oh, that's so satisfying when you start putting those jars in. And the thing with the quarts, they work up so much faster. The normal ones, I think I need a few more of these in there. And I put those lids in there to get them hot. We're gonna try to get these done, and then I'm gonna do some more. I've done 2 crock pot. 2 of these crock pots have been a little bit more than a box of tomatoes. So I don't know if a box is a bushel. I kind of think it is. So, oh, I didn't put my salt in. So I'll have to put my salt in there. Salt. My salt in the top. We're going to clean the lid off to make sure that the lid will seal. And then Okay, so we've got 4 quarts. I think we'll get one more. I think that might be a 5-quart crock pot. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I could then figure out how many quarts I'm doing. There we go. That's going to get us 5 quarts. So that's good to know. Now I know that that will get me about 5 quarts. And get the lid. So I'll have 2 more of the other ones, and I'll just remember their placement. We are getting this pressure up, and we're going to try to keep it right at about 10. We're going to do it a little bit over 30 minutes. So we have that going now. So this is your little vent that allows some of the extra air out, and then there's your weight, and this is your gauge that holds your timer. Okay, we're still processing. I'm trying to adjust the temperature to keep that right at 10 pounds, which is easier on a gas stove, but still not terribly easy. Okay, we're gonna take these out now. So we've got our jar lifters, which keeps you from having to get your hand in that super hot water. And we're gonna put them in and lift it out. Okay, this is one of the first ones I put in. We're gonna put it right over here. I'm gonna try to remember as I take them out to separate the ones that we have that were flavored, or not really flavored, seasoned, I think is what we're gonna call it. And I'm hoping that they look a little bit different. I think the color may look a little different, so that may help me be able to remember. Oh, one popped, and we always say, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus. Okay, see, that looks a little different. This, okay, these are the 2 that had the onion. Oh, I don't know if I'm still in the frame. These were the 2 that were seasoned, so very interesting. They look different, so we'll be able to tell that for sure. Okay, they are popping. You can see the difference there in the 2 that are kind of have settled. Those are the ones that actually have this is the one that actually had green pepper, onion, and other stuff in it, and these others didn't. So that's going to be obvious. Some of these have already popped. When you're doing this canning, you don't touch the lids, you don't touch them, you just leave them, let them sit. Oh, praise the Lord. We always are thankful when one actually pops, and I can't tell which one did. I think it was that one, this one. We'll just have to wait and see, and then you can test the lids and see if they come off. Okay, so we got our jars out. We got 7 quarts out of that, and this has still got really hot water in it, and I am gonna do some more. So I'm just gonna set this over to the side and start working on something else. Okay, we are almost finished, but I am wanting to get this filmed because I'm afraid I'm gonna forget. So we started out this morning making the tomato juice, and the tomato juice is what I started in the crock pot. I actually started it last night and let it cook overnight in the crock pot. And then this morning I used that little blender, the immersion blender, blended this up, and I pressure canned these jars. Now, some of these are the ones that I put the garlic, onion, and green pepper in, and so they're just a little bit thicker. And then the other has come out kind of like tomato juice, which is great. You can use that for chili or for vegetable soup, and I make a lot of soup. So we got those done today. I have my last run of this in the canner, and I have 7 more that are still not cooled. They've not been washed. So once I take them out of the canner and they seal, I wash them, and then I put them over here, and then I'll label these, and I'll label these tonight. So I have those over there still cooling a little bit. They've all sealed, and I just have to wash them and put them over here. So I've got 7 here, 7 more, and then I have 4 So that's 14. So I'll have 18 total quarts of the tomato juice out of 2 boxes of tomatoes. I think those are about a bushel. And then I had some peppers from John at Yard to Table. And so I pickled and canned some banana peppers. And some of these I did in those long spears. Well, I picked up every one except the ones I was in there. And I think those are just beautiful. Now, will they be any count? I don't know. We'll see. And then I made this run, 3 different runs of pepper jelly. So the pepper jelly came out real pretty. I did mostly just kind of mild pepper jelly. And then these that are in the wide mouth, these are all hot pepper jelly. So hoping somebody likes those, because that's not my thing. Now, my mom actually strung an entire bushel this evening of green beans, white half runners. We've got a pressure cannon of those in, so 7 quarts. I've got probably 2 more cannings cooking in the pot. I would show you the kitchen, but it's so ugly. I don't want to show you the kitchen because it looks like a disaster area. But I will get some pictures when I get done, and we'll put them up at the end. But thank you all for canning with me today. It's been a big day. So we did a bushel of green beans, 2 bushels of tomatoes, and then a peck of pickled peppers and some pepper jelly. So I don't know that we really had a peck, but we had a whole lot. So thanks a lot for joining in. Like this video if you're still here, subscribe, and I'm going to start doing some more of this canning. I think I like videoing it. So we'll see you next time.